Got another 2026 wide receiver. Jacob Swain has committed to the Colorado Buffaloes. 6'1", 190-pounder from Melissa, Texas. Caught 53 passes for over 1,000 yards and 17 touchdowns as a senior in high school. He will be joining the Buffs, another addition for Colorado.
Yeah, it makes sense to me, man. If I was a receiver out there, I don't care if I was coming out of high school, coming out of JUCO, coming out of a Power Four or mid-major situation. When I look at what Colorado has accomplished in this wide receiver room, four people in the league in one class. You have a quarterback in Juju, and you saw what he was able to do in Georgia, high school, breaking and setting all kinds of new and old records. You got Jason Phillips, who's coaching you, led the nation 2 years in college in receptions and yardage, and promoted his quarterback to Andre Ware to get the Heisman at University of Houston. You got Coach Rashad there, up and coming coach, very knowledgeable of his craft. I'm not going to sit here and crown CU as wide receiver you, but it's in the damn discussion.
Mm.
It's in the
Certainly
discussion,
got,
Chico.
certainly
You,
got the
you
vote
don't
there.
you don't send four people to the league in one position room and it's just a fluke.
And it's going to be more coming behind that too, man. With these guys that Coach Prime has in, I put up a graphic last week about all of the production at wide receiver that they have now. And man, it's just it's gonna be tough to even see who's gonna actually be on the field. But whoever's out there is gonna be a lot of talent, and you should see the same type of deal happen uh, this year and next year as far as guys going to the league that they have from a
Yeah,
wide receiver
I
position.
got one pushback on that. You are exactly right in terms of football, 30,000 foot view. But when you look at Coach Brendan Marion's go offense, there's gonna be enough balls for everybody. Pause. Like you're gonna have a different guy each week because of matchups and exploitations. Be that guy that was the 200-yard receiver that week, and so I think that going into this thing, it looks like damn somebody ain't gonna eat. I think we're gonna get about week 4 or 5, and you're gonna see more people eating than you expecting because the ball moves around that much in that go offense.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think it'll be a deal to where we're talking like somebody's not going to eat. I'm just thinking that from a competition point of view, the coach is going to be in a good position to where they're going to have to make a decision on who's going to be the starter, who's going to be playing a lot because you
Yeah.
have so much talent. It's not just going to be clear cut. I think from day one or the second week in camp. I think it's going to be a week by week type deal, like you said, a hot hand
I like
type deal, matchup type deal, and you can see a different player each week have 100 yards receiving from this group right here. Danny Scudero, uh, highly productive guy. Same thing with Cam Perry, explosive wide receiver. We saw what Joseph Williams did last year with his opportunities. DeAndre Moore coming from Texas, making big plays. He was basically their number one receiver. Then you got an explosive guy like Campbell, Hakeem Williams with a huge ceiling, high ceiling, should I say, coming from Florida State. Injured a little bit last year. And then we saw Quentin Gibson, how explosive he could be in the return game. Imagine him in that slot. He already has that connection with Julian Lewis. Just these guys. This is just off the surface right here. Highly talented room for the wide receivers and Coach Jason Phillips.
Love it. Love that, Chico. Couldn't have said it better myself. I'm looking forward to it. I think by the time, because you don't have a spring transfer portal this year, first year without that, I think by the time we really get into spring ball and practice 15, aka the spring game, you're probably going to know who the big dog is and who the guy who's the least of these is, and the fight is going to be in that middle group.
Mm.
Uh, somebody's going to overly rise to the top. Somebody's going to overly fall to the bottom. But that crux of that middle, they're probably going to be fighting all the way through mid-August.
Yeah, that's a good thing, though. Also, another
Oh, it's a
position.
great. It's a great. I'm glad you pointed that out, Chico, as a former player. That is not
Yeah.
a problem. That's a great thing.
No, no, no. That's a great thing, especially for the coach to have. Be like, I could close my eyes in here. So it's gonna be the small things that separate them, and a lot of it gonna be, not in between the lines. It's gonna be in that film room. Who's understanding what we're doing each and every week
And
and why
why
we're
we're
doing
doing
it.
it.
Exactly. And there you go, man. So that's going to be worked out in that film room and then out there on the film field. So a lot of competition, and you see this two back offense. So usually not going to be five wide out there like we've seen in the past. So these guys gonna have to step up, man. A lot of talent in that room. A lot
Well,
of
there's
talent.
been a lot of changes in college football, and one thing hadn't changed. You can't put but 11 out there. And when you have a go-go offense designed, created, run by this coach that sometimes may even have two backs out there, you're exactly right, Chico. You're not going to see a lot of five, trips right, two to the left sets. And so that's what I mean. Those middle guys going to be into some fight. But I do think one thing about the way this offense is predicated and designed, it's about exploiting matchups. And just because you may be this guy a receiver doesn't mean you're the favorable matchup of what we want to do the next week or the week after that. It may be something in the slot we want to exploit that week, and then the next week may be something outside. So I think it's going to be, spread around. I think you're going to see a different guy each week be the guy.
Hmm. Same thing with the running back room. Talented
Mm-hmm.
running backs
Excellent
room.
point.
Couple of guys who've been in the offense before. You got a former, as Coach J Mack pointed out to us, we got a former number one recruit running back from Alabama, Richard Young, coming. So you got that mixed in, a super highly talented guy who came out of Bama who has a high upside. But then you have the two guys who played in this offense. They should be comfortable in it, and they're hungry and have a chip on their shoulder, as Coach said, to show that they can play on this level. And then you have the guys that's been retained, Michael Welch and DeKalon Taylor, who's wanting to show that, hey, I don't care what offenses it is. This is my buff squad. I'm going to be the leader at this running back room, no matter who you bring in. Man, highly competent, a competitive room right there. Also,
Well, I love that, Chico. You nailed it again, brother. You own it. I don't know what them Thai twins fed you this morning, but you clearly ate it and got your vitamins in. Uh, if you're facing a team that defensively has issues setting the edge, man, Trackhawk finna bounce one out and run up that sideline all damn day on y'all. If we're facing a team that is strong setting the edge and weak in the middle, I'm giving it to that damn Georgia bowling ball, Micah, and let him just do what he do. Like
yes, indeed.
you got enough talent. And that's just naming those two. You got enough talent and depth in that room that we can exploit what they don't do well based on what our guy does well.
Mm-hmm. Right, and you got downhill runners, you got power runners, you got shifty guys,
Mm-hmm.
you got guys who can catch out of the backfield. Uh, Running back
And then
by
all of them
committee.
want it. All of them got that mindset that Chico speaks of.
Right. It's all about that mindset and mentality, dog. And Coach J Mack, being a young, hungry coach who's done it before in his past, he's going to demand it out of them. And he's also, mentor by Marshall Falk. So now he's stepping into his own role as a position coach. I think he's coming into it confident also. And with this room right here, man, shit, they can't help but succeed, dog. And
Yeah.
the Buffs talking about running the football, putting an emphasis on running the football this year. I think that's going to be great for the defense also. So if we could put up 30 points, dog, the pass says that you'll win game.
Well, undefeated when you put up 30. Coach Prime went out and targeted offensive coordinators who have done that. And the one he brought in, not only averaged having a rusher with 100 yards, he averaged 35 points a game.
Mm-hmm.
You do that in Colorado with Colorado's schedule, you can go ahead and book Dallas.
Yes, indeed. I like that I'm Glenn for real. She said, let's have a super chat party. A super chat party. Super chat party. A super chat party. Y'all can super chat right now.
See, that's that shit I mean, Chico, about you being an only child and no friends and all to hear different voices in the background in the back room. Somebody said super chat party and you started singing and you could have gone for 30 minutes singing it, laying on the floor, rolling around, singing super chat party in different voices.
Make different versions of the super chat party. They got a reggae version of super chat party going down in the HOA.
Do y'all see, man? Do y'all see what I have to deal with? What I have to try to corral and contain? I can't stop him. The goal is not to stop him. I can't stop him. I gotta manage him. I gotta maintain him. I gotta keep him within these guardrails. I gotta try to keep him on the road because I can't stop him. So you go wrong trying to stop Chico. What you had to do is like you had to let Chico be Chico, but you had to control the chaos. You got to try to put up this or that and make it an illusion over here and make like, no, Chico, you don't want to go that way, do you? And let it be his idea not to go that way because he just super chat party.
It's the super chat
party. X in the cut. In fact, X in the cut.
I got you. There you go.
In fact, X in the cut. He said, "What's good? Can we expect a video lifting and conditioning drop today? It is already uploaded on the pregame network and is going to release at about 3:21 p.m. Central Time. So 4:21 Eastern, 3:21 Central is already uploaded, set to release. Is Coach Swayze, part 2 of Coach Swayze and the running backs doing their thing. And we were just talking about the running backs.
Yes, indeed. So y'all check them boys out on there, man. Boys throwing them weights up now. Throwing them weights up.
$49.99 super chat from the birthday. Hey, Chico, sing some more.
It's a super chat party. And we need you tonight. It's a super chat party. Everything is all right. Yes, indeed. Going down a major way. Let's go. Put your black fists high. Put your socks in the sky. Put your rebel flags. That's right. Yeah, y'all.